Hello everyone and welcome back to the Python course. In today's video, we will be seeing quite a lot of concepts, starting from string concatenation to data conversion, escape sequences in string, formatted strings, string indexing, slicing, the immutability of strings, and some functions with strings. So let us start with string concatenation. We have already seen some examples of string concatenation. We all know that when we have to add two strings, we do with it plus. Let us try again. Let us do hello, and then you can take your name. I'll take NTE. So, and if we run it, it gives us hello NTE. Now what we'll do, we'll add a space over here, and then let's run it. Hello NT. Yes. Now let's add a digit over here. Let's say +5. Run it. Let's run it. It gives us hello NT5. Another space over here. Yeah. Now if I do not put it in in the parameters for string, which is the double or single quotes, it will give me an error saying that can only concatenate str, that is string, not int. Int stands for integer. So over here 5 gives us a data type of int, hence it is not concatenable. So over here we will have to put double or single quotes. We will put single quotes. This was string concatenation, just basic. We'll run it to clear the error from here. Error has been cleared. Let's go to the next one, data conversion. So data conversion we learn for string only. So right now we saw this, that hello, then we can have over here plus NTE, then plus this of 5. So instead of directly putting it in parameters, we can use data conversion over here. From int to string, we can do that using the command str. If we put str and then in parenthesis, whatever we want to convert into string, that will get converted. We need to put another bracket over here. Now see it. The first one is also called hello NT5. The second one is also coming hello NT5. I'll comment this out for easier understanding so that quite a lot of commands are not running. This was the data conversion. Now you can do the same thing into int as well. Let us try it out. Let us say a is equal to 5, b is equal to string of a, and then we'll print the type of b. C is equal to type of b, and now let's print b. Okay, so it gives us 5. We don't want to print b over here, we want to print c, so here's the type of it. We have got 5. Now let's understand how did 5 come. A over here, if we see the class, it would be int, that is integer. Let's come down. We converted it to string str. It will be string over here, string. Then we are asking for the type. It will give us class str, and then we'll close it up. This is how it will look. Yeah. And then over here it should print the same thing, which is b. Okay, which is class str. Now this was it. Let's run it now. We get class str as expected. I hope this point was also clear. I'll comment this out as well with a multi-line comment. Yes. Okay. Let's come to the next chapter, escape sequence. Now escape sequence is nothing but formatting the cursor. I hope you can see something blinking over here. That's the cursor. Now there are many escape sequences character. Let's start with an example, print. Now we want to print the weather. Let's say it's rainy. Now why isn't this getting highlighted S and then rainy? And it's giving me an error also over here. It's showing invalid syntax. Why is it showing so? Because we started the single quotes from here, it, and then we ended it. Then we didn't have any parameter or string over S space rainy, and then again we started single quote. This is where we are getting an error. But I want to print it's rainy. I don't want it is rainy. So I'll use the use case of escape sequence, which is backslash. Now see, it's getting highlighted. So now what is this backslash specifying? This backslash is specifying that this semicolon, this quotation mark isn't for the parameter, but it is an escape sequence. Let us see what comes out right now. It's raining. It came out perfectly what we wanted. Now let me comment this out as well, and let's come back over here. Now there's another method to this. Instead of this putting escape sequence, we can directly change it from single quotes to double quotes, and it will work out. But that's just a temporary solution. We can put, instead of, we might need this as well, that single quotes, and then we need it's rainy in double quotes. This might not work out. Hence, over here, what we will use is another escape sequence for yes. See, now this is an escape sequence. We can put this also under an escape sequence. Let's classify and note down all of them one by one. We'll open a multi-line comment. Inside that, let's start with the first one. We saw backslash quote, which returns us with a single quote. Then we saw backslash double quote, which returns us with a double quote. Now let's see the next one. The next one is backslash T. Now you guys might not know what this T stands for. T stands for a tab over here. What is a tab? Tab, it's nothing but 4 spaces. 1 space, 4 spaces is a tab. Now let's put a tab over here. Let's say I, then we want 4 spaces, then T. Okay, let's run this. See, we got a gap over here. This is 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, this is 4 spaces between I and T. That's why this is a tab over here. We can remove this as well right now. Let's remove this. Let's learn another one. Let's learn another one, which is backslash n. What does backslash n give? Backslash n gives us new line. That is nothing but enter, which we do on our keyboard. So if we put it's and then we want to skip a line, we want to enter, and then we want to do, we can do slash n as well. Now there is another way for this, that is the multi-line string. Like the multi-line comment, we have seen in our earlier videos about the multi-line string as well. So we can use that also over here. So it's, then it came enter, and then rain. This was the new line. Then we have another one, which is backslash b, which is nothing but backspace. It clears the last letter, alphabet, digit, whatever is there. So let us say we have a backspace over here, and let's run this program. Let's run this program. we get it's rain. Why? Because this rainy Y was cut out. See, okay, now let's understand how the program is getting executed. Print command has been called. The cursor is on I. T is printed. Then it sees an backslash. It's waiting for some escape sequence, quotation marks. It prints down the quotation mark, then S. Another escape sequence, double quotation mark, prints it down. RAINY. It sees another escape sequence, that is backslash. It goes back by 1 and removes a character. Then it goes ahead from there, sees another escape sequence, which is a quotation mark. It prints it out, then it stops the command. This is how it gets executed. So these were the basic escape sequences for today. We will be attaching this link where you can find other escape sequences as well and figure them out. Now let's continue with our next chapter for today. Let's print this comment. Let's comment this out and let's go with format. Okay, let's say we have a dynamic program where we log in with the user and we want to print out hello user. So we can't write the code every time a user logs in, right? So we need the program to be in such a way that it takes the username from the database. Now how can it take? Let's say the name is equal to input. We'll give input as please enter your name. Now after we enter the name, we will say something known as print statement and then formatted string. We will put F and then open the brackets. Open the quotes. Open the quotes over here. Inside the quotes, we'll write hello. We'll open curly brackets over here. Inside the curly bracket, we'll write name. Now let's see what happens. Let me run this. It'll ask me for name, I'll give NTE. It will give me hello NTE. Isn't this awesome? We just needed to specify something known as formatted string and it took the variable from the program database. We didn't need to specify from which path, what thing. We just give the name of the variable. This was one type of formatted string. There is another one known as dot format, which we'll learn in the next class. Now let's come to string indexing. Let me comment this out. Yeah, let's come to string indexing. What is string indexing? So you guys might know about serial number, right? Whenever we make an Excel sheet or something, we have serial numbers, right? From 1 to till the time we need to specify some data to each number, and each number has its unique data. So over here in string also we have a unique data. Let's take the example of H L L O. Now in this case I am not considering the spaces. We'll take that use case afterwards. So always indexing starts from 0. It will be 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Now if I define something like if I say example equal to hello, then I say print example, open my brackets and do 0. And then I need to comment this whole thing or else it will give me error. I'll comment this out and then I will say run, and when I run this I get H. We saw over here H is 0. I specified 0, it gave me H. Now let us see what all we can do with indexing. So this is the ascending order. We have the reverse order as well. It starts from the last digit, that is -1. We can call the last digit with -1. So that is how we can see. Now let me call -1 over here. -1. and let me run it. Okay, sorry, over here I haven't commented this out. Let me remove this line and let me run it again. I get O. As specified, last one is -1 always, and it's O. Now I hope you guys have understood till here. We will see something known as step over and then start and stop the next time. Now let's continue with the next one. Let's just comment all of this out. Now let's see string slicing. The thing I was talking about is string slicing. What we can do is we can slice out the strings in different parts. So how we can do that is start, we specify where to start with the string, where to stop, and then step over. These are the three main things. So how does this work? We have the example string with us. Example equal to, let's take some example which will be easier for us to understand. Let's take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now if we want to check the index value of each place, 0 is 0, 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 4, 5 is 5, 6 is 6, 7 is 7. Okay. So now we'll print out this. We'll go over here and we'll print out example. Then we'll start over here. We'll say 1. Okay, let's say 0. We want to stop at 2, and then we'll not specify the step over right now. So if I run this, it will give me 0 and 1. So a thing to notice over here, the start value which you give is considered, but the stop value which you give is not considered. It will take a number before it. So now there are 7 given to us, 7 index places. If I take till 7, it will give me only till 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what if I want to take the 7th place as well? So what I can do is either just leave it empty and run it. It will give me 7. Or the other option which I have is to take 8 over here and then run it. Now again it will give me 7. Now let us say only want even index values. So how can we do that? We know index is every 2 steps, every 2 digit is even. Second digit is even. If we put the step over as 2, 0, 2, 4, 6. All of these are even number in the sequence of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can, what does this step do? It tells how many digits you need to step over. So it started from 0, it skipped 1, then came to 2, then it skipped 3, it came to 4, it skipped 5, it came to 6. So it's skipping 1 and taking the second one. Now if I put 1 over here, it will take the first one, then not skip the second one, because 1 is specified. It means that itself, it will give me the full over here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if I want, I can take 3 over here. So it will give me the third value, which is 0 will come, and then 1, 2, then 3 will come, then 4, 5, then 6 will come. So 0, 3, 6. This is string slicing. You can discover, play more with the step thing. We will solve problems and questions based on the step thing in our next class. Now let's go to immutability. Immutability is a concept which states that you cannot change the value of example. Over here we have example as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This we have defined. Now internally we cannot tell example the place value of index 1, which is 1, should be equal to something else like 3. If we give this, it will give us an error. Let's look on this. See, it gives us an error. String object does not support item assignment. What does item assignment mean? That it is not mutable. You cannot change it. So this is very important to know. that strings are not changeable. You cannot change the value inside them. If you want to do so, you need to redefine the string wholly, and we can do that by doing example is equal to example plus 3 plus 3. And now if we print out example over here, we'll understand 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and again a 3 is added. We cannot change the value inside it. This is the chapter of immutability. This is very important to understand, or else some programmers might get bugs in their program if they don't take this seriously. Now let us start with functions of string. So we will give you this document. This link has all of the functions in strings. We will be seeing some few of them, and these are the few. So let us start. First, let's comment out these 3 statements. We'll comment this out as well, and we'll comment this out as well. Now let us start. So we have taken an example, hello world. We will be using that example for all of these functions. Let us start with capitalize. Now what this function does is, it capitalizes the first letter of the string, only the first letter. So let us see the first one. It's giving us hello, H capital, but it is not capital over here, and hence it's true. It capitalizes the first letter of the string. It did not capitalize any other letter. Let's come to the next one, count. It gives a count of a particular letter. We have taken L over here. We know that L occurs 1, 2, and 3 times in the string. Let us see what output it gives us. It gives us 3. So it's also true. This is one of them which we can use to count the number of letters in some string when there's a quite large string. Then the next one is very useful, index. We learned about the index values, and we saw that we can take out any letter from the string if we know the index value. But what if we don't know the index value? So what we can do is, we can do dot index and then which the index value we want of. We are taking E over here. E, we know 0 comes first, then 1. E should be 1. You all can see it is giving us the value of 1 over here. Now let's come to the next one, which is split. Now what the split does? What split does is, let me comment on this first, and I'll run this. Okay, what the split does is, it splits the character from where we tell it to do so. Now I have specified a space over here, and there's a space over here as well between hello and world. Let us see what happens. And we need to print this as well. Wait, we haven't printed try list. We need to print try list. Now let me print this. See, I get hello separate and world separate. The space has gone. This is how it works. Now you might remember list from here. Why list? Because we are having square brackets over here. To verify that, let us run this program, type. Let us see the type of it, and it gives us list. Here we were true. Now let's come to the last function for today, that is title. Now we know 2 cases, the basic ones, camel case and snake case. What is snake case? Snake case is what Python uses. So what is snake case is that basically we uses underscores. Example underscore h underscore h should be small. All letters, the starting word should be small. Then we have camel case. Camel case, all words are starting with a capital letter. All words start with a capital letter. So over here, what does this title does? It capitalizes the first letter of all words in the string. Not like capitalize that only the first letter of the string, but over here all the letters of the string. All the words which have the first letter, that will be capitalized. So let's check. Hello, L world will be capital, H capital, W capital. They both are separate words, hence they are capitalized. I hope you learned a lot from today's video. Please do like this video and subscribe to our channel. Until then, have a good day ahead.